Hey everyone, welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. And surprise, surprise, my mystery guest is here. Say hello to Arthur from Ease Your Mind.
Hi,
Hey,
everybody. Hello.
so I think, yeah, the notices will start to go out now. So we'll know, people will know where we are and we're live. And then we'll start to see people coming in. Hey, Sherry. Sherry is one of she was my very first um, membership person.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I don't.
are you
No,
able to see the chat now?
no. Well, on Streamyard, but nothing's coming up on my YouTube page. Absolutely nothing.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, as long as you see it on StreamYard,
Yeah.
yeah, we're good to go.
All right. Well, take it from
Yeah,
there.
we're we're good to go. So wanted to say hi to some of the folks that are in here. Hi, Sherry. Viviani is here.
Hi,
She's
Viviani.
one of the moderators that keeps us very, very safe.
Yay.
Captain Morgan. Hello, Captain Morgan. Uh, yeah, Sherry Z. Starhawk. Hello, Starhawk. So, so I'm going to let Arthur kind of introduce himself to you a little bit, let you know what he does and all that good stuff. And his contact information is down in the description below. So you can go down there and click and make sure you go over to his channel and give him a like, a share, subscribe, you know.
Please.
Yeah,
I I
easy.
was telling someone this morning when I hit 3,000 subscribers, somebody's getting a free reading. So, ta-da.
And yeah, I'm getting very close to hitting 2,000. And
Good for
I
you.
said, yeah, when I hit 2,000, we're going to have a party and there's going to be some stuff that's going to be given away. So, you need to, yeah,
No.
you need to spread
And
the word.
and I just posted a new. As you know, I can do guided meditations on my channel as well. And I
Nice.
just posted a new one on Monday called Crystal Clear Clarity. So if you want any
Yes.
crystal clear clarity in your life, check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I have a husky. She's absolutely beautiful, and her name is Clarity.
there you go.
Yeah, totally. Totally. So there we go. Something else we have in common. Jan's Free is here. Arlene Forney, um, Elisabeth Martinez. That's a pretty name, Elisabeth. And
Mm,
Andrea, Aaron Swan, Margot B, LH. Hey, thank you all for coming over.
yeah, thank you.
So, so tell the good folks a little bit about what you do besides the guided meditations
I
and
just
all.
make everything up and hope it happens. I'm
Oh,
not a
very good.
psychic.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, I just I've been professionally doing this since 2001, and
Okay.
it's
So
been an
it's been a
interesting
minute.
journey. It's an interesting journey. I always tell the story when I was a kid. The first time it really showed up was in Catholic school when I told some nuns some things and they threw holy water on me and I didn't sizzle. So, and then, um, and then later on in life, I had the privilege of meeting Jean Dixon, who
Nice.
I was working for a magazine and she worked for the same magazine. And I got a phone call from the bureau chief in Washington, D.C. saying, Jean wants to meet with you. I'm like, really? Why? So, originally it was going to be she wanted to talk to me about co-writing a or ghostwriting a children's column, like an advice column,
Oh,
uh,
okay.
but through the voice of her cat. It didn't really materialize, but that's okay. So when I met her for breakfast with the other party, first thing she said is, "You have a twin sister like I do." I'm like, "Yeah, I do," and that's how it started. So then later, so we had breakfast. We discussed a little bit about the what she's looking for a writer, and but she looked at my hands, said, "Oh, you're psychic," and she was showing me all the stars in her hands. She was pointing out all the stars in my hands, and said, "You're very psychic."
Wow.
And so, So we parted ways. But then I got a call from her about an hour later at my hotel saying, I want you to see you. I want you to come to my townhouse. And the story you're here to get, you're not going to get for 2 or 3 days. So just go to my townhouse. So I went and met with her, and I was ended up being almost 2 days spending time with her.
Wow.
And
Excellent.
she said that I often tell the story that composer Stephen Sondheim sat down with Oscar Hammerstein when he was like 15, 16. And that's in that one afternoon, Sondheim says he learned everything there was to know about writing a show, about doing a musical, how to write
Yeah.
lyrics, etc. Well, I feel like in those 2 days, I learned everything there was about doing this.
Yeah.
However, I was younger and I wasn't quite ready.
Yeah.
And she said I wasn't ready. But she said, when the time is right, you will know. So, right in a row, I was working for a TV show, and I'd written the music and I ended up being the writer. And that show went on hiatus. No, first, my dad died, show in hiatus, 9/11.
Oh,
And so nobody could get work. Nobody can get work at all. And nobody was hiring. Everything production was closed. So
yeah.
that's when I remember what Gene said is, you will know. And so I'd been giving readings to friends all along and stuff like that. So then that's when I kind of put the shingle out.
Perfect.
So the rest, you know, I can
This
always make
is
I can always make the long story longer, but let's keep it that way.
no, that's amazing. And it's true. When the time is right, you know it.
Hmm.
You know when to take it to the next step. And yeah, absolutely.
And how about you? How did you start?
I have always I've always had kind of the knowing,
Hmm.
when you know something, you just don't know how you know it or why you know it. You just do. So from as far back as I could remember, it's always been there.
Okay.
And yeah, I started off as, in my teens and my very early 20s, where um, I would read for friends. But I, at that time, I used a deck of plain playing cards.
Oh, great.
And so it was very, very kind of intuitive readings, and I assigned different meanings to the cards and so on. um, I was married at the time, and my husband was not very encouraging of my talents. He would always consult me if something was going on at work, and to kind of give him a little idea of what the energy was. But at the same time, um, friends and new people that I would meet, he'd say, "Oh, be careful, she's a witch." So I kind of, put that aside and whatnot. And then a few years later, I decided that I didn't need his kind of energy in my life. I was done. So I packed up my child, packed up the car, and drove from Nova Scotia back to Calgary.
Wow.
Yeah, went back to university, got a degree, um, and then slowly started to explore, um, kind of the intuitive side.
Hmm.
And now I have a younger sister who has been a tarot reader for years and years. Um, so I got a message a number of years ago, from Spirit, saying you need to make your own deck. And I went, no, I don't. No. Well, it came by again. You need to make your own deck. I'm not an artist. No, it's not going to happen. And the voice just kept getting louder and louder and more insistent. And so, me being me, um, I said, fine, fine, okay. I'll order the blank cards. I'll get me some Sharpies. I'll put something together. It'll be total crap. And then I never have to hear about it again. Well, that's not what happened. I did put it together, and I used my cards to do a couple of readings for friends, and they were pretty right on.
Good for you.
So I now use the deck strictly for personal readings. And yeah, that was from there. I went to a friend who was kind of on the same journey, um, in terms of psychic abilities and whatnot. And so yeah, she said, you know what, you need to start a YouTube channel. And I
Mm.
went, I don't think so. She said, no, you need to start a YouTube channel. So I thought about it for a little while and I thought, well, if I do, what's the worst that could happen? Nobody shows up. What do I care? I don't know any of these people. So
Right.
it's kind of a irreverent way of looking at it. I care very deeply now.
Yeah. Well, it was
But
like Mal telling me to do a YouTube channel, and my classic response was, "Are you on crack?"
yeah,
So, but that's when he said, "Well, you've studied hypnotherapy, so do guided meditations."
yeah,
And so now, 18 guided meditations later, I'm here.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. So it's just kind of the journey. And when I look back now, I can see all the synchronicities
Yeah.
that happened when they did. I didn't see them at the time,
Yeah.
but now, yeah, absolutely. I can look back and go, oh, okay, okay, I get it. I get it.
I'm, I'm glad they didn't ask me to do a deck because it would just be stick figures. I can't draw.
That you know what that's yeah pretty yeah mine is just it's very very rudimentary, but uh anyway.
Yeah, I have one quick fun story I think you'll like. You're talking about your sister.
Uh-huh.
I have a twin sister. Everybody says that she's psychic. It's like in her own way. She was a school teacher and taught kids, and she would tutor. And the way she tutored the children that had, she got in there and got them to really understand how to study. And they're all graduating top in the class in colleges and
Yep.
everything. Well, a couple months ago, she fell and she had a brain bleed.
Ooh.
So they rushed her to the hospital, actually, air evac her to Jefferson in Philadelphia. And she said she was in the ICU. She calls me and says, I became you. I'm like, what do you mean you became me? So while I was sitting here, a priest walked in, sat down on my bed. We started talking, and I just started telling him stuff, and he was crying about his grandmother who just died. And he said, how do you know all this stuff? And she said, I don't know. I just had brain surgery.
What yeah, whatever they did, they turned something on. I don't know how
It
they
was
did it.
always, she always had it. It was just that I
Yes.
think that, she
Yeah.
it just came out flowing like that. It's usually after traumas that things like that happen in our lives.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's all good, all good, all good.
Absolutely.
So where you want to take this roller coaster ride?
Well, I'll tell you. We're going to talk a little bit about what happened in the news today. I
Yeah,
don't know if most
nothing
of you
happened.
heard.
It was very boring day,
Well,
wasn't it?
I'll tell you what did happen, and the reason that I'm bringing it up is, of course, this show is called Taco Tuesdays. Well, for those of you who don't know, and I'll tell you, Taco Tuesdays was actually trademarked. Let me see. I'm trying to do a couple things at the same time by a guy named Gregory Gregory.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it was trademarked in 1986. And Taco Bell didn't like the fact that he had trademarked it. So they have started lawsuits and whatnot against him and so on. So, yeah, his restaurant, family restaurant called Gregory's, and I can't remember exactly where it is, still sells Tuesdays two tacos for $2.50.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting news. So I hope we get a chance to read on it and find out how Gregory Gregory is going to
Okay.
do. But okay, let's get to the real news.
That little thing
Okay.
about Jack Smith was in the news today, so who knows?
I think I might have heard something about
Well, actually, if anybody watched my
indictment.
show, my first show I did after I was on Linda's show, I had mentioned that July
Mhm.
27th, something was going to be coming down.
Yes,
At
you
first, I
did.
thought it was going to be Fonnie Williams. Fonnie Williams. I wasn't sure about Jack Smith, And then on my show, I said, you know what? I think I'm wrong. I think it's going to be more Jack Smith. And that's when the superseding indictment came down on the 27th. And when I did Linda's show, I said, stuff's going to still come out after the 27th, about a week or two afterwards. So I love the fact that
Here we
it went
are.
today, August 1st. Let's start the month the right way. I mean, everyone said, are you happy about it? I'm like, not really, because it just means that our government almost got taken over by a crazy man, and
Yeah,
that we have to use these, that somebody has to take him to court and all this craziness.
yeah,
So part of me is, yeah, I'm happy that it shows the system works. I'm not completely happy that we have to do this,
yeah,
but I don't know if the Magateers are gonna, or Mouseketeers, Magateers, whatever, if they're really going to even care. Because honestly, if we
I,
do
I,
not keep everyone talking about this, I'm not going to say he's going to win, but I'm going to say there's always that possibility where things can just take that little turn. All my
yeah,
friends are saying, well, Hillary has it, Hillary has it, Hillary has it. I'm like, no, she doesn't. And they wouldn't talk to me.
yeah,
And I said, it looks like she has it now, but there's going to be a change a week or two before the election, and it's
yes,
going to go to Trump. And that's when they came out with the announcement with, the investigations or whatever.
yes, yeah,
So what I'm telling everybody, no matter what you do, no matter what your belief is, vote,
yeah,
vote, vote.
yeah.
We can't
Do not take
we can't take 4 more
anything.
years of this.
No, no. Don't take anything on face value.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give in to the things that I'm hearing that, oh, Biden and Trump are neck and neck and what. Just
Don't pay any attention to that, please.
no, no,
Please.
because it's Trump's support, his base is a very low percentage of the American population. So when someone comes by and says, oh, yeah, half the American population is going to vote for Trump, bull?
Well, I don't believe.
No.
The thing with polls is a lot of Republicans have been leaving the party.
Mhm.
So what used to be 1,000 people to poll
Yes,
is now only like 200 people to poll,
exactly.
and so it's skewed. It's going to be skewed.
Yeah,
So when you say
absolutely.
65% of all Republicans believe that Biden is not the president, I'm like, it depends who's 65% of the people you talk to.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Yeah,
what's
exactly.
how many people did you talk to? But no, I mean, I do feel that this is the beginning of the end for him, and there's going to be a lot of. All I keep on doing is seeing that. Remember the baby balloon of him that they flew over London? The big baby
Yes.
Trump balloon. Yeah, that's all I kept on seeing today when I saw that. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna be crying, and that's when I said, "Get off the cross. We need the wood."
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All he does is complain, and
It's the same story, the same speech. It's like, why don't you know what? Just record it, and instead of showing up, just send a recording of yourself. It'll be so much cheaper. Because it's the same story. This is all politically motivated.
well, the thing is, though, Biden's telling us what he's going to do for the country,
Yeah,
where Trump's telling us what the country did to him, supposedly.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, just very quickly saying hello to Rossi's Dam, Spirit Watcher Suzanne. Thank you, another member. Uh, Libra Love, I do have your question. I will put it when we do take questions. It will be in there. Sonia Panola, Sharon Saib, another one who keeps us very, very safe. Sil E, Rosemary Polizzi. Um, Let me start that for you.
The other
Uh,
thing, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but
no,
the
no,
other thing I
no.
was picking up, um, when the announcement was made, and they were talking about all the co-conspirators. One,
Yes.
two, three, four, five, six. And people were trying to say, well, that's this, that's really Giuliani. way I'm looking at this is I really feel by the 18th to the 23rd of this month that there will be another superseding indictment
Yep.
and names will be named. And between now and then, I feel Jack Smith is like asking Giuliani if, hey, do you want to be on our side or do you want to get an indictment? Do you want to? And I feel he's going to go down the list.
Yep.
And then Mark Meadows and Rudy Giuliani can co-write a book called The Art of the Squeal
Yes.
and take it from there. I don't know. It's sad that we're going through this, but I'm glad the system works.
Yes, absolutely.
I,
Absolutely.
I just had to throw that in there because I feel there'll be two more co-conspirators named by the end of the month, definitely.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right. And Spirit Watcher says, yeah, Meadows has already flipped. Oh yeah, he did. He
Mm-hmm.
did. It didn't take him very long to realize, what side his bread was buttered on, and boom, off he went. Right. So
I wonder if um, HGTV could do a show about flipping the house.
yes, that would be
Flip this
fantastic.
house.
Yeah, that would absolutely be fantastic. But yeah, I heard something earlier that yeah, John Eastman and Jeffrey Clark
Mm-hmm.
have been sort of identified as um, two of the
Jeffrey Clark
whatever
was
lawyer.
number 4, and John Eastman's number 2. Is what I'm hearing. Well, actually, John Eastman is already saying he's going to the DOJ, saying that why he should not be indicted. So he's always trying to set that meeting up. So definitely, he is
Yeah,
one of them.
yeah, yeah.
But
He'll be going. Yeah, I think yeah, Giuliani's in there. Sidney Powell, I think she's
he
in
was number
there.
3.
Ah, okay, all righty, perfect. Um,
I don't know for sure. This is what I pick up from, you know, people ask me if I know my guides' names. I just tell them it's Manny, Mo, and Jack from Pet Boys.
yeah.
So
Remember, you guys, you heard it here first,
so we'll see.
okay? And we like to hear back when we make not
Predictions.
predictions or predictions, whatever you want to call them. We like to hear back if we're right
Yes,
because
please.
it's
Everyone calls me and said you were wrong, and then 3 weeks later they say, "Oh, you were right." So, so
turns out if I had waited an extra day. So yeah,
well, upstairs doesn't have the same calendar we do, and
yeah,
what I end up telling people is, look, you don't know anything about making a clock. If you take the back off and put your fingers in it, you're going to screw it up. So keep your fingers out of the clock and just let things be.
yeah, exactly,
Everybody tries to push it.
exactly, totally. So
Anyway.
the other folks that I think when they were talking about the what was it now, um, consultant, was it the special consultant? No, the political
Mm-hmm.
consultant. Yeah, and I think that's Roger Stone. Are you getting something different?
I feel there's more than one person.
Well,
Roger
yeah,
Stone, though, I mean, he did get pardoned, and I wonder if he gave $1 million to get that pardon. Maybe we'll find that out sometime.
yeah, absolutely. But yeah, no, he's one. I thought he was because he was kind of billed as that. But yeah, Steve Bannon is another one. Stephen Miller.
Ooh, that man is evil. I'm sorry.
Oh, through and through.
Let's strip children away from their parents. Yeah, it's a good thing. That was
Yeah,
all his
exactly.
doing.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Let's. Yeah, he was talking about bombing the boatloads of immigrants and whatever. Just bomb them. I
Well, now
mean,
we have in Texas, they're just throwing them into the water with razor wire.
razor wire. I know.
It's
It's
nuts.
absolutely nuts. And yet they mentioned too that there was one unnamed Justice Department official who, quote unquote, attempted to use DOJ to open sham investigations, the election crimes, and influence state legislatures with knowingly false claims of election fraud.
And that's Clark.
Yeah. Yeah, and they said among the six are four unnamed attorneys and a political consultant who helped implement a plan to submit fraudulent slate of presidential electors to obstruct the certification proceeding. So, um, it's going to be really, really interesting to
Yeah.
see.
And I do feel just because he put the indictment out today doesn't mean they stop working on it.
Oh God, no.
Because there's still a lot. I mean, I've been talking about Ginny Thomas from day one, and
Yeah.
I feel there's going to be a whole page due to her. I don't know if
Yes.
she's going to be named a co-conspirator by the end of this month, but there's something definitely coming up about her that
Yeah.
enough that her husband's going to have to like, I got to go away, honey. Um, you know,
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I had said, and I think it was earlier this year or even last year, that yeah, she was the reason that he was going to have to leave,
mm-hmm.
because basically, I think what's going to happen is that um, the some of the members on the Supreme Court, as well as Jack Smith, are going to give Clarence a choice. You can either step down and go take care of your ill wife, or she goes down and, she turns against you because they always do. And yeah, take it from there. So, but yeah, his days are numbered.
I, I've really said that I thought it was going to be October this year, but I'm really feeling it's going to be October of next year, and that's when they're going to say, "Oh, it's an election year. We can't get a new Supreme Court judge in here." Yeah, right. Surprise.
Yeah,
So anyway, and Mitch
yeah,
McConnell's not going to be around anyway. So
yeah, yeah. If they could do it for Amy Coney Barrett, yeah, they could do it for somebody else.
yeah,
So, uh, hold on. What is this? Alicia Bell says political consultants. Oh yeah, Kash Patel, Jenny Thomas, Roger Stone, Steve Bannon, and the little guy that was just calling for civil war. Can't think of his name.
I think there was also a lawyer's name. I forget again with a C. Um, yeah, they're all like. But the thing is, did you ever read Jimmy Breslin's "The Gang That Couldn't Shoot Straight"? I mean, that's what this reminds me of. They're all like shooting each other. I mean, it's like in the foot.
Yeah, well, and
And Bannon's
there's
going down.
yeah,
Bannon's
yeah,
going down.
yeah. Um, they say ferrets eat their young. Well, there's a lot of ferrets in Congress and the Senate and whatnot, and they're just going to be, um, yeah, they're going to be rushing to the door to see who can get in there first, because everybody knows, the first guy in gets the deal, right?
Yeah.
Everybody else is like, yeah, you're old news.
Well,
We know that.
the first rat to get the cheese.
And there you go. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Judith Juliet says, yeah, thank goodness they couldn't shoot straight. Yeah, that it's it's like Dumb and Dumber, like the blind leading the blind.
That gives blind people bad name.
Sorry, I apologize. I took that back. Yeah. Yeah, and so many snakes under so many rocks. Yeah. Yeah, when Trump said he was going to clear the swamp, absolutely. Yeah, show us who they are. He got everyone to identify as, yeah, I'm a member of the swamp. I've got my card, been a member since 1983. So, okay, you guys, listen, we are at 29 minutes, and I do have
we're
some
just gabbing
questions.
a while here. So let's go to questions.
Yeah, yeah, no. I'm absolutely okay. And so, Um,
But I will say one thing: when I give readings and I tell people that I get the image of a snake, they freak out. But to me, and it works in this way: the image of the snake to me it means transformation, because the snake is the one that sheds its skin
shed
and
the
moves
skin.
forward and leaves all the
Yeah,
crap behind. And so that's what we have to do here. We just have to shed our skin and move forward.
yeah, yeah.
And not
It'll
forget,
be much
this can't
it'll be
happen
much
again.
better.
We can't forget.
No, 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 no. It can't. Yeah. Okay. Um, how do you feel about okay, I'm going to put this one up. And are you okay with reading?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. All righty. Let's do
I, I,
that.
I tell everybody I'm medium rare, so bear with it.
Yeah. Okay. All righty. Uh,
What do you
Dad
got?
Bernie. What does Dad Bernie have to say? Well, Dad Bernie says that you need to do something about the check engine light that keeps coming on in your car, and you keep saying you're going to look after it tomorrow. You need to you need to get on there. So, and if yeah, if you can just give us feedback on anything that we're getting, but
The only thing I'm getting is I wonder if father was a mechanic, because I keep on getting drive the car forward. You don't drive the car looking through the rearview mirror.
yeah, okay, all
That's
righty,
that's the kind of feeling I'm getting here. Not those words exactly, but that
yeah,
feeling. When you mention car, that's what, like, you drive a car forward. You don't drive it looking backwards. Don't focus on the past so much. It's the past. Let's create a new
yes,
future together.
yes, absolutely,
Hope that helps.
yeah, absolutely, all righty, there you go. And Sonia Panola, do you see me doing spiritual work in some way? Um,
Well, you already spiritually drive everybody crazy, so yeah, you're doing a great job.
yeah,
Uh, yes, I actually do get that. You will. And the thing is, you're scared of
yeah,
it's okay. I mean, it takes, it's like you're good at what you do, you have it, but you just have to practice. It's like, how to get to Carnegie Hall, you practice.
yeah,
So, in this case, you have a group of people that can help you, let you practice. And
yes,
that's the only way. It's like building a muscle. I
yep,
would suggest a book for you called um, You Are Psychic by Pete Sanders. It's an older book. He was a scientist at MIT and got together with other psychics, and they came up with all these. It's like a clinical study book. It's not a storybook. And
yep,
so, like, you go through it and do these exercises, figure out what your psychic senses are. Once you know that, then you go through it to turn them on, turn them off. They give you exercises to do that. So
yep.
I would recommend that highly.
Absolutely. Yeah, and Sonia, yeah, you know that you will be, and yeah, you're going to be working with your
Yep.
hands. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some you already
absolutely.
know the answer, so it's
Yeah,
okay to ask, but you already know the answer. You're afraid of knowing the answer.
yeah. Okay, Libra lover. Hi, Marina and Arthur. Someone told me today that I accidentally opened a portal in my home. Can you tell me if I successfully closed it? I'm still new to all this and I have a toddler to protect. You're fine. You're fine. Um, I didn't get any vibe off of that there was um, something else going on. I will, just a minute. I am going to check with the Return of Spirit Oracle, but I think what you did was you cleared the area and you did put a protective shield around it. If you're at all concerned, just go ahead and do it again. Get some sage.
I was going to suggest
Yeah.
sage, but also, and I've been shying away from sage, burning sage.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're called smoke detectors. So,
Ah,
So I've been using white sage spray.
Oh, okay.
And I love it because I can also put it in my wash water. I can put it in a rag, wipe things down, blah, blah, blah. So my
Perfect.
suggestion is to do the wall. But my other, I don't know what your religious background is, but I would recite the poem, the prayer by Pope Leo XIII about banishing evil. And you pray to Saint
Mhm.
Michael. And
Yeah.
it's, you can Google it. It's out there everywhere. And there's a long version, short version. And that just, I feel you're fine, but I would just do that to seal the deal. Make sure it's done.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, what I got was assistance. So if you feel like you need assistance, um, then yeah, do prayer, do reclose it if that makes you feel better. Um, be fearless because there is nothing to fear. You have protected your home and your surroundings with white light, and there is there's only things of God's light and love that can enter your space. So
And
you're okay, and it's a vibration.
it,
So if you feel like you've done a good job, you've done a good job.
and going back to vibration, that's what it's all about. It's like
Mhm.
that's why we burn sage or red
Mhm.
dragon blood or anything like that, or frankincense in the Catholic Church,
Yeah,
is because it raises the vibration of the room.
yeah,
And the not so good spirits have lower vibration. Good
yeah,
have high. So I always
yeah.
equate it to: would you rather be in the audience of the Jerry Springer show or be watching the Metropolitan Opera? Different vibrations.
Yes, totally.
So the holy water, I've even sprayed with holy water and the sage. It just raises the vibration of the room. You just feel
Yep.
better. And that way, if something that shouldn't be there tries to get in, it's like the air, there's no oxygen to breathe in there.
Yeah,
So that's why we do it.
absolutely. And Spirit Watcher Suzanne would like to know who was that author that you mentioned of the book. So if you can, yeah,
Pete Sanders.
there you go, Pete Sanders. Perfect. Um, there you go.
Our psychic Pete Sanders.
Yeah.
I've got like 5 versions of this. It's called "You Are Psychic: The Free Soul Method," but it's like I said, it's not a fairy book. It's just like do these
Yeah.
exercises. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, you're more than welcome, Libra love. Yeah. You, salt, prayer, sage. You've covered the bases.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Another thing with salt, I had a friend. She used to take like one of those little Pyrex,
Yep.
custard cups, whatever,
Yep.
and she used to fill it with kosher salt
Yep.
and put that under her bed. Her belief
All right.
was that because like sleeping on a bed of crystals,
Yeah.
any negativity that comes your way is going to get sucked into the crystals.
Perfect.
But then when you empty it, like every quarter, you keep it in darkness because if light hits it, her belief was that the bad spirit or whatever was trapped would be released. I'm like, this reminds me of Superman with the Phantom Zone and all that. So,
Perfect.
but she said that I mean, she's been doing that as a kid since her mother taught her, and she has a very peaceful life. So there may
Yeah.
be something about it. Just throwing that out there.
Perfect. Perfect. And Witchy Gardens, that is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. You are more than welcome. You're more
Yay!
than welcome. That is just wonderful, wonderful news. Yay! Everyone, congratulate Witchy Gardens. Oh, perfect.
Congratulations.
Yes. Okay. Uh, we have got Rosemary Polizzi. Do you see selling my house in New Jersey soon? Um, are you selling your house in New Jersey? I think it's going to take a couple more months.
I was going to say 3. within
Yeah.
I'm going to say within 3 months, not in
Yeah.
3 months you sell it. But
Yeah.
I also feel there's two people coming in that are going to be like, oh, this is great, and they can't get the mortgage. So, but
Yeah.
I do feel at the last minute it comes in, it may be even a cash offer. It may seem like a little bit less than what you want, but if it's cash offer, take it. It's
Yes.
done. It's a done deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it will get done.
Yeah. It will. Just not next week, but yes.
Where I grew up in Bucks County, there was this huge bridge that outside Trenton to Pennsylvania, and I always said Trenton makes, the world takes. I always used to say Trenton makes, the world's mistakes, but that was my own take on it.
Yeah, yeah, perfect. And yeah, whoops. Uh, there we go. Lori says that is perfect news for full moon night.
Yes,
Thrilled for you. Yes,
congratulations.
absolutely.
That's a wonderful news.
Yeah,
Because she's been trying for hard. She's been trying a
yeah,
while, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That is just
And this is where you realize it's not in our time; it's in God's time, or
yeah.
spirit time,
It's,
whatever you want to call it. Universal.
yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, um I have often said that yeah, I don't always plan the shows. I kind of tend to go by the seat of my pants and all that good stuff. And that's because I have learned over the last 2, 3 years that I'm not in charge. All I do is set up the time and show up. The spirit takes care of everything else. So,
And I
yeah,
just come along for the ride when they invite me.
yes. Yeah, absolutely. Okie dokie. All right. Next one is Phyllis. Could you please ask my guides to give me a message about my 97-year-old stepdad? Okay, Phyllis, is he still with us, or is has he passed over? Um, if you can just let us know that. I know it would certainly help me. I don't know about you, Arthur.
Medium
What
rare.
do you get?
I'm getting in between. He reads like he's in between.
Okay.
Like he may be here, but he's still there, ready to go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't get. I'm not feeling pain. I'm not feeling anything like that. If there is pain, his body, he
Okay. Yes, very
goes
much
above
so.
it.
He is alive. Okay. All right. So he's um stepdad. He he is getting ready
Yeah.
to transition. He's just kind of, you know, he's doing the last little bit of the work that he has to do, but yeah, he may he may not be able to to speak. He may not be able to communicate, but know that he is aware of the people that are around him, and he is in his own way um, saying his um, saying his goodbyes. He's very much with it. Okay, she says living with his son and not happy. Okay. Alrighty then.
You live
Um,
under my house. You have to follow my rules. Sorry, Dad. Uh,
yeah. Well,
but I'm
you know
not.
what?
I don't. But I'm not feeling him in pain. He may be frustrated, but
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
no matter where
He's
he is, I think he may be
yeah.
unhappy.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
He
what's
wants to be
bothering
home.
him more
He
than
wants to be
anything
home.
else is that he feels like he's not living in his own integrity anymore, that he's dependent on someone else. And it's almost like he's sitting back and he's thinking, you young little whippersnapper, I used to be able to 10 year behind. And here you are now trying to tell me what to do. And that,
Yeah.
fathers and sons, right? What can you do? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Captain Morgan says, yeah, put some salt under his bed, like Arthur said. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she used to say kosher salt
Yeah.
because it's bigger and thicker. Anyway,
Yes. Yeah. Paula O. Can you read on Senator Ron Johnson from Wisconsin? He offered fake electors. Uh, yeah, he's. And
yeah.
hello, Taro Stash. He's listening while he's driving. And you know what? Gerald from Taro Stash is going to be on my channel with
Cool.
me next Tuesday. Next Tuesday at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So make sure you mark it on your calendar.
As far as Ron Johnson is concerned, he's not the he's getting in trouble. He's getting in a lot
Oh,
of trouble.
mhm.
And I was trying to think of something witty to say, but I can't. I was just going to say, don't buy any forever stamps with Christmas cards for him this year,
Yeah,
unless you went to prison going through it first.
yeah, yeah. He's no. It's funny, but whenever I hear his name, I think of way back in the 60s or 70s, there was a porn star named Ron Johnson. And yeah, when I hear him, that's what I think of is, slick porn star. So there. That's that's my take on that.
Well, better a porn star than Don Johnson, anyway.
There is that too. Yeah. Rossi's Den, Spirit from Message. Yeah. How can you tell it's a full moon?
Because they're all out.
Yeah. A
Half moon,
message
you're half
from
out.
Spirit. Yeah. Yeah. He was. Ooh. Yep.
All I'm
Okay.
getting is stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting yourself. You're paralyzing yourself too much. Have faith within yourself. You don't need other people's permission to do things, is what I'm getting.
Yes. Absolutely. I got starseed. So you know that you've been around for a good long time. You've been around since before many people here were, and you have been recognized for your work. And yeah, look to yourself for that self recognition. Like Arthur said, you don't need someone else's validation. You know, you know what you're doing. You know where you come from. So yeah, trust yourself. Go with that.
I had a client earlier today saying, but I know him from somewhere. I know him from somewhere. He says he doesn't know me. I said, the mothership. You're both in the mothership together. Let's see. Is Ginny Thomas one of the like I said earlier, I feel she's not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, yeah.
She may
Just
have her own little indictment just against her and not part of this.
yeah, exactly. Hey, Terry. Terry at Holding Your Space. Hello. Um, yeah, Jack Smith right now, he's going after the big ones, right? Because as they fall, the other ones are going to be beating a path to his door. So,
But the
you
thing
know,
is, the way these indictments are written I started reading the indictment before I came here,
yeah,
and they're well crafted, they're well written. You know,
yeah,
Trump could look at it and drop his crayons, but we could still read it and get the story going. And the thing is, it's kind of like I feel he's putting it out there first because somebody's going to try and twist everything that was just said, and this is what they're really doing, or this is what they're going to do, or this is what I'm doing this for you. It's like, no. The only person that said I'm doing this for you was on a cross, and you're no,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. And believe me, yeah, Trump is no messiah. That's for sure. There you go. All righty. And we've got okay. Do you know what has happened to Ali Alexander? I think he flipped early in the investigation. You know, come to think, whoops, sorry.
What do you do?
Yeah. Oh, I just kind of went into a different space on my computer, but that's okay. You
Oh,
guys didn't see it, so it's all right.
that picture of the porn star.
Sh- not out loud, Arthur.
Sorry.
Yeah, Ellie Alexander, you're right.
I believe
Haven't
so.
heard.
I'm not 100% familiar with this person, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I get back to the HGTV show of the house flipping. Yes, he flipped.
Uh huh. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. He. Yeah. I got the Queen of Pentacles, and then I got the Hermit. So yeah, it's like he took the money and ran. Boom.
Yes, Terry. Naughty Tuesdays.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. That's kind of
I always
what
bring
he
out the
did.
best in people.
Uh huh. Okay, so he could very well be in witness protection, but yeah,
I don't know
not
about that, but he's just, yeah,
yeah. Does his energy doesn't feel really strong? It's kind of
no.
like like the fly that comes a buzzing. You kind of swat at it, but after a while, you don't really realize it's there. Okay. Hold on.
Yes.
And Judith, yeah, are Congress people going to be charged again? This new indictment.
I'm not sure if it's, again, as I was saying, it may not be part of the January 6th indictment with the president. There may be a whole other indictment from hell for these people.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
told Linda asked me if I knew who some of these people would be. I said, I don't know. I have a wish list, but that's about it.
yeah.
But I do know that I do feel people in the house are going to get, there's some people in the house,
Oh,
for
yes.
giving tours the day before, stuff like that, little things that, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Uh, sorry. I'm not a multitasker. I should stop trying.
Most women
So,
are, sorry. Men do one. I always say a woman's brain is like a stove with 1,000 burners. You guys see the
yes.
past, you see what's in front of you. You see, oh, they did it before, so they're going to do it again. So I'm reading the future, and there's back burners. A man's brain, a hot plate with one unit that kind of works. There's no back burner. It's just what's in front of us.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, and Amanda Carroll says, I was told a long time ago Tuesday was the best day for intimacy. Do tell.
Depends who told you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are Congress people going to be? Yes. You know what? When all this starts to fall, when all the fruit comes to bear, it's going to be shocking, the number of people that are going to be involved and the number of people that are going to be kind of shown the exit and that are going to be spending time.
They're all going to star in a show called Prisoners of Love at Leavenworth. So
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Absolutely. Okay. Sherry, any messages for me from my higher self? Okay.
Stop guessing, second guessing yourself is what I get. The first thing I get. The second thing I get is there's somebody around you, you don't know whether to keep them around as a friend or not. It's time to move forward. This is the kind of friend that pulls you down, but you don't realize it. It's the kind of like, what do you think of this dress? It looks great. I don't think anybody else would want to wear it, but it looks good on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That kind of a friend. You don't need that. There's too
No.
much. Every time you're with this person, there's self doubt. So, segue away.
Yeah, absolutely. It's yeah, very much like, oh my gosh, you can. Sherry is an excellent worker. I mean, she just shows up all the time, and especially if you can get her when she's sober. She will move mountains, right? It's that the kind of compliment, the dig, and then trying to make up for it. So, yeah, absolutely. Hope that helps, Sherry. All righty. Debbie Joyce, does my father have a message for my family? He passed on the 4th, on my brother's birthday 1 year ago. Oh, well, I'm sorry for your loss. And please tell your brother that it had nothing to do with him. Nothing at all. It's just,
I was going to say just add another sparkly to the cake next year.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, he is he's at peace. He doesn't feel uh, like he left this space without having said what he needed to say. Um, but yeah, it had nothing. Talk to your brother because he feels very much like, you know, um, yeah, he died on my birthday, but that's where he went. There is no time and space, so it's
Mhm.
not like it's a particular, it was just his time to go. So, but yeah, he's saying he is not. Um, he doesn't have the back issue anymore that he had. So hopefully that resonates with you. But he said, "Hey, I'm fine. I'm fine. You guys, it's okay. Don't worry." Yeah. Alrighty. And talk about good timing. We are at 58 minutes. This is great. Crafty Lady has a question. My 6-year-old dog had surgery last
Oh,
Monday, then emergency surgery on Saturday. Will he be okay? Good night, Gerald. Emergency. Uh,
I'm getting a yes, but not 100%. But you still have to watch over.
yeah,
But that he's not in pain like he was.
yeah, yeah,
That's been alleviated. And I
yeah.
don't know if they do physical therapy, but I'm getting something about working with him, like almost like a physical therapist,
Mm-hmm.
and that'll help.
Yeah. It's I read the tarot intuitively. Okay. And so for when I see what's in front of me, sometimes the message is different than what the card itself implies.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, so I got the Two of Cups. which is that, yeah, um, your relationship with your dog. And anyone who has a pet knows, they're not just animals. They're family. They're part of family. And then, as Arthur was talking about physical therapy, um, I got the moon. And what drew me to the moon was, you see there's two dogs there, and you see the water underneath it. It's like water therapy. That's the first thing that came to mind was, oh, okay, the dog is going through water therapy. So, yeah, I think he is going to be okay. He's not going to be perfect, but he's certainly not going to be in pain, and it's going to be a lot easier for him to move around.
Hmm.
So I hope that helps. Okay, we are at 1 hour and 1 minute. Did I not plan this
I think
very well?
so.
It's just, yeah, totally on board. So, okay, you guys, I don't want to keep you any longer. Arthur, thank you. Thank you so much. A, for coming on the channel, which I was going to invite you anyway, but B, for stepping in and filling the space that would.
When a woman writes me a panic note, I have to say yes.
Yeah, and I must say it was shameless begging. Yeah, so
It's when you offered me those coupons for like Black Angus dinners or something. That's what did it. Just kidding.
oh, good. Yes, absolutely.
No, no, you're
So,
fine.
and
You're
yeah,
fine. And this is enjoyable. And you'll, when I start getting stuff going on my channel, you'll be coming over and visiting me too.
absolutely, anytime. So I'll have you back here, just so that you can learn the system, right? You might have to come
Right.
back a few times,
Yes.
till you get it right. So, I'm more than
You
willing
know,
to work with
this
you
is
on
gonna be
that.
horrible, and don't hit me for this. But you know what I tell born again Christians all the time?
What?
Can you be born again till you get it right?
Yeah. Yep.
On that note, have fun.
Yeah, I remember years ago, my sister had her wisdom teeth, and this is many, many years ago. And she had her wisdom teeth removed, and I picked her up from the dentist, and I was driving her back to her house. And we stopped at a red light, and on the corner there was some Jehovah's Witnesses, and they were holding their watchtower uh, thing, magazine or whatever. And the window was rolled down, and she kind of looked at them and looked at them again and said, "I hate to break it to you, but he dies in the end." So, yeah,
I
there
don't know
you go.
anyone who wears magical underwear. Never. Oh, that's different religion. Never mind.
Different, really. Yes. Alrighty, you guys. Thank you, Arthur, for being here. Thank you guys for spending part of your Tuesday with me. And don't forget, 2 weeks from now, come on back. I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about, and we'll take it from there. But
And thank you for inviting me, and everyone, thank you for embracing me on YouTube. It means a lot. Thank you.
absolutely, absolutely. All right, you take care. Be safe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Sisters of the Mystical Tarot.
Okay.
Bye.